Spartans down the sideline, racing into the end zone.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Racing into the end zone is Jalen Watts Jackson. Touchdown, MSU.
Touchdown!
And joining us now to talk a little bit more about that finish and what it means going forward for Michigan State is Spartan quarterback Connor Cook, who is in our studio in East Lansing. Connor, you're a couple days removed from it, so you have a little bit of perspective now. What did that win mean for this program?
It meant everything. Obviously it kept our hopes and dreams alive. Moving forward, we have all of our goals ahead of us, in front of us still. And obviously just to win in that fashion, I think, someone asked me after the game, could this, jumpstart your season? Obviously, we were winning by the skin of our teeth, and some of the games were kind of ugly, but, this can provide us with more momentum, heading into the later half of our season.
The fact that it was Michigan, they've received so much attention this year, despite the fact that you guys have been more highly rated throughout the season. What did it mean that it was the Wolverines?
Everything again. They're one of our rivals, and we put everything we have into that game, into our game plans, our preparation, our heart and soul. We're going to put all our bodies out there on the line. Jalen Watts literally sacrificed his body on the last play of the game. So, for it to be against Michigan, one of our rivals, in the big house, and to end the way it did, just was that much sweeter.
Have you spoken to Jalen at all?
I have, yeah. He was in the training room yesterday for the first time since the injury. So I think he was in Ann Arbor Saturday night, Sunday night. Came back yesterday. Was in the training room. Everyone was, giving him love. Getting pictures with him, just thanking him for saving our season, pretty much. Then I was in the training room today, saw him there again, and people just coming in and out, and just are so thankful, for him to make that play, and are just so happy for him and so supportive. And I think I was talking to Jalen yesterday, and he said if he could do it over again, he would.
Where were you in the play unfolded, Connor?
I was on the sideline standing right next to Coach Salem. I remember I looked to my right after we came off on fourth down, and I looked at Trey Barksdale, and I told him I've never felt so sick in my life. It was such a sickening feeling, being in the big house, being so close, having the ball in my hands with an opportunity to go down and win the game, and not being able to do that. Really hurt me, and it was funny. So Coach Salem hears me say that, and he looks to me, and he's like, hey, we're going to go block this punt. We're going to block this punt. And I looked at him, I'm like, yeah, right, okay. And, sure enough, the snap got, botched. The punter fumbled it. And then the next thing we know, the ball's in Jalen Watts' hands. And then after that, he's in the end zone and scores a touchdown to win the game. And we just rushed the field. And I remember it was just me and Coach Salem grabbing each other, looking at each other, just saying, oh, my gosh, did we actually do this? Did we do this? We're looking around, looking for a flag, seeing if they're going to review it. And we look in the end zone, and the refs are holding up their hands like this, like it's a touchdown. And it was just, pure elation, so many emotions flying around each and every direction. And I was just so happy, so fortunate to celebrate with Coach Salem.
You're now 5-2 as Michigan State starting quarterback against top 15 teams. You had a great game, well over 300 yards passing. What is it about games like this that brings out the best in you?
I don't know. I think it's just, getting a chance to go out there and play, in front of, hundreds of thousands of people. Playing in the big house, being able to go, play in the Rose Bowl when everyone's watching. There's just a different kind of feel. I don't know if it's because I'm more focused and I get more nervous for those games. I really don't know, but it's just a fun time. It's a fun atmosphere. It just makes you dial it in more a little bit. And, when there's pressure on the line, in front of, thousands and thousands of people, and you get to go out there with your brothers, guys that you put in so much hard work in throughout the off season, to go out there and play a game that you love in front of that many people in a stage like that. I don't know, it just brings out the best in me, I guess. I don't know. It's just fun.
Well, you have another game coming up, and obviously there's been so much buzz around this team here in the last few days. How difficult is it for this team to refocus on the Indiana game?
I don't think it's really too difficult at all to refocus. I think if anything, this will make us, hungrier. A win like that in such a dramatic fashion against such a great opponent, on the road in a hostile environment. I think, like I said before, that could jumpstart our season. Give us a little kickstart, give us more momentum heading into the later half of our season, and just make us go out there and play harder.
Indiana's forced a lot of turnovers this year. What do you see as you try to assess their defense on tape?
They're a talented group of guys. They got a good, defensive line. Their front seven is pretty talented. Secondary's young, but they make plays, like you said. They force turnovers, and they make plays. So obviously, we're not going to take them lightly at all. We know their offense is extremely potent. Nate Sudfeld at quarterback, putting up almost 500 yards against Rutgers. He's such a great guy. I've known him and getting a chance to know him over the last couple of years. Such a hard worker. The way he prepares, he's going to get right for this game. So we got to bring our A game. Our defense has to be ready for him and their offense as well. But, they're a talented group of guys, on both sides of the ball, offense and defense. But, it's going to be a challenge.
Connor, always a pleasure to speak with you again. Congratulations on a momentous victory, and we'll look forward to talking to you again soon.
Thanks for having me.